Hey, Steve Mignonti here at High-Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a very rare treat, a largely unrestored 1971 Chevelle SS convertible. Now, here's the thing, we see here on the front fender it says SS. Well, 1971 was the year that the SS could be had with a 350 2-barrel or 4-barrel small block, or the 402 big block, also known as the 396, or the mighty 454. Only the 454 would have an emblem right here in red saying SS 454. Meanwhile, the basic 396/402, same engine, and the 350s did not get a metal designator right here. But of course, all super sports did get the domed hood. The ZL2 cowl induction was extra cost, not seen on this example here. Of course, the SS also came standard with hood pins right here, which are present and accounted for. The lanyards are down here, hanging in the wings. But the beauty of this car is it's largely unrestored. The paint's been touched up a little tiny bit, but what I'd call this has very, very honest patina. Now these days, rat rod builders are doing what they call faux tina or staged authenticity. This is the real thing. These are faded paint panels right here, and we'll get to that in a moment, exactly what color this is in a second. But with that said, this is a very honest vehicle, no structural rust on this one here. The engine and transmission have been changed up. We'll get to that in a moment. It's a big block 4-speed car, no doubt about that. So let's pop the hood and see what we can learn from the underhood presentation. And again, the SS Super Sport, we have it right here, and it's next to last year. 73 with a whole different body style, the colonnade, no more convertibles for 73 onward. Next to last year right here for a Chevelle convertible, right here. Okay, let's find out what's under the hood today in 2025. And well, there it is at the mighty big block. I see an iron intake manifold. Those are oval port heads. Nothing wrong with that. But again, we're not sure if it's a 454 or a 396 or a 402. They kind of look the same from the outside. The sticker on the air cleaner says 396, but remember, the 396 became a 402 halfway through the 1969 model year, but Chevrolet did not redesignate the engine as the 402. With that said, no SS 402s were made, so 396 is correct, but a lot of guys like to argue that point. But it's probably a 402. It could be a 454, but with that said, they kind of look the same from the outside. See power brakes on this. We'll get to that in a moment. Power steering, air-conditioned factory C60 air conditioning car. And we see the hood itself is domed, but not ducted to feed air into the open element air cleaner. So that's a sealed air cleaner, but again, the hood itself has the dome, but it's not activated on a non-ZL2 cowl induction car. Cue the angels in the background playing their electronic violins. So we keep rolling because that's what we do. So anyway, we see the blacked out grille right here, the Super Sport logos, correct and presented for. And I love the honesty of this car. There's, again, no structural rust, which is a key thing. It's a Massachusetts title. This car spent a lot of time in Chicago, in Illinois, and other states. But with that said, the original engine and transmission were liberated along the way, but we'll find out what they were in just a moment when we find something called the build sheet, and there's 3 of them in this car. So going inside, this, of course, is the Z15, which was the option code for the SS. And again, 350, 402, 454, all were called Z15s. But again, as a Z15 Super Sport, first year for 15-inch wheels. They look like magnesium, but these are actually styled steel wheels, which are part of the Z15 Super Sport package. Whether it was a 350 small block or a 454 big block, they all had these wheels and trim rings as standard equipment in 1971. First appearance of a 15-inch wheel on a Chevelle Super Sport right here. Now inside, we see the beauty of the convertible body. And before we get to that, the frames on these things are very special. They're box side rails because without a roof, you can imagine the torsional rigidity would be lost to some degree. So these have very special frames with the box section. These frames are actually 100 pounds heavier than a coupe frame. I've watched them get weighed. These are 350 pounds big, whereas a coupe frame is 250 pounds, so exactly 100 pounds between the convertible frame and the standard open C-channel type frame. So there it is, correct stuff underneath this one. And again, the bucket seats were not standard. We'll get to that in a second. The 4-speed manual transmission, the Super Sport steering wheel, and of course, bucket seats and center console were not standard. More on that in a second when we get to the build sheets. But again, well presented. And of course, the shifter on this, we see the chrome ball. So it's not a Hurst. Usually Hurst shifters have a white plastic ball, but the word Muncie, which is GM's Muncie, Indiana, gear and transmission division right there. So correct and original right there. The shifter is correct. And again, the Astro bucket seats right there. Power top on this one here. And just nice patina right here. You can see right here, for years of people enjoying this car on a sunny day, their arms perspired and, ate the paint away right there on both sides of the car. And a nice solid clunk on the doors. Nice tight hinges. Unusual for convertible. They usually flop around a bit. So you close that door and it's like a BMW, kind of. And underneath this car, again, the F41 suspension, more on that in a second. And of course, Super Sport at the tail. 1971 brought this, the centrally mounted rubber bumper, which theoretically appeased the federal mandate for bumper guards. 1970 would be a much different, wider affair with Super Sport on this side here. Of course, round taillights, new for 71, replacing the rectangular taillights of 1970, as Chevrolet updated the car, facelifted the car front and rear. Of course, Super Sport stripes right here, part of the Z15 package. They could be deleted if you didn't want them. Most people took them. So let's open the trunk and see what we find. And yeah, nice. I dare say that the paint inside the deck lid is probably the original. It looks very well preserved, and you know, the coloration here and the lack of overspray in here, I dare say the underside of this deck lid is the original color. I see it probably been retouched up here. The black stripes probably been touched up a little bit because why not? And certainly, you know, spot touch-ups are okay. But again, no structural rust on this car. That's really what we're talking about with this thing. It's quite the nice survivor. Okay, now getting back to its roots as a Super Sport, let's break out. There's three of these. These are called build sheets. These are found in the seat, sometimes on top of the gas tank. But this one here, let's break it down. This car was sold at Z Frank, Chicago, Illinois, back in the day, way back, Chicago ramp. And here we have it. A01 tinted glass, all windows, A39 deluxe seat belts, A51 straddle buckets, not standard, you paid extra. Door panel moldings, SS, part of the Super Sport package, Z15. Floor mats, a little extra money. Folding top equipment, of course, that's standard stuff, CO5. Rear window defogger. Air conditioning, C60. Visor mirror. Outside rear view mirror. Console, there again, the optional console, not standard. F41 special performance suspension, standard stuff on Super Sports. G80 positive traction axle, no, it wasn't standard, you paid extra. G94 331 ratio axle, not the 410s or others. 331's nice highway gear. JL2 front disc brakes, J50 vacuum power brakes. LS3 400. Now here's the thing, that's actually a 402. You can get a 400 big block, or small block, excuse me, but that's not what this is. LS3 is the 402 with the 330 horse, I think it was for 1972 or 71. The net rating was more like 290, somewhere around there. But it's a 4-barrel big block LS3 for sure. M20 wide ratio aluminum 4-speed Muncie. N40 power steering. F60 15 white letter wheels, styled rims, heavy duty battery. Mirror map, gauges, electric clock, trunk light, AM radio, power booster, wide side, a windshield antenna. We'll get to that in just a moment. Auxiliary rear speaker, and of course, auxiliary light group includes trunk light, mirror map light, under hood light, ashtray light, yes, an ashtray light, and of course, Z15 air conditioner body convertible, Z15 Super Sport group right there. This car was ordered for a customer, XXX, and here it is right here. This is the build sheet. This is the DNA for this car, proof of what it is. Now, the original engine and transmission are gone somehow, some way, but the rest of the car very much rust-free and presented right here. I dare say leave it alone, drive it around as it is. And getting back to that windshield antenna, kind of interesting. First year, 1971, or 70, excuse me, for this, instead of a mast out of the back or out of the fender, if you look at the windshield, we see there's a very fine line or a wire embedded into the windshield. That was the windshield mounted antenna. I'm not sure how well it worked, but clearly it must have passed muster with GM proving grounds people, because clearly here it is on this car. It went away after about 3 or 4 years. So with that said, there it is right there, the thin wire windshield. So a very special windshield on these cars. So we make our way down the side of the car. We see very much rust-free, all steel. I can't find any signs of putty or Bondo on this car. So again, a great example of an unrestored, largely Z15 SS Chevelle, and we know that it was a 402 car from day one because of the LS3 and the window stickers, the build sheets I should say, all three of them present and accounted for. So to learn more about this very special Z15 Super Sport Chevelle convertible, go to the high-octane Classics website, check out the photo gallery.
All right, what's up guys? This is Danny with High-Octane Classics. We are in a classic, a 1971 Chevelle. Get the window up here. Really special car. This is actually one of 29 convertible SS's ever made, and this particular one actually has air conditioning in it. So it's even rarer than you'd think. Also 4-speed. So Real documented car, 3 build sheets. It's wearing about 95% of its original paint, which is not in the greatest shape, but there's no rust in this car whatsoever. The story behind this car, it was found in a container in Chicago. It was sitting in a container for over 30 years. Someone had taken the original driveline out of it, which was big block 4-speed. So the guy that found it, actually he's out of New Jersey, does a lot with Chevelles, put a driveline in this car and sold it to a friend of mine who is a collector of original body panel cars. He won't buy anything that's not original. So he had this in his private collection for a number of years, and I bought almost all of his collection out, and this is one of them. So this is really the first time that I'm actually driving this car. I don't think he ever drives his cars, so it's probably got some funky, stinky old gas in it, but it drives like it's never been apart. It's an amazing piece. Nothing like a big block stick convertible. And 71s are going up in value, and having 3 build sheets really lends to the authenticity of this car. We'll take it out for our little test track here. We'll see what he can do to get down. So the question is, do you want this car with the original paint that's worn and clearly faded? We'll have some photos and videos of the exterior of this car, but everything's original. They're only original once, and they only drive like this once before you take them apart, because I'll tell you, there's nothing like a car that's bone stock. We got someone on our butt here, so we can't really, we'll have to just kind of hold on. She goes pretty good. Nothing like the torque of a big block. I wish you could really feel how effortlessly this car drives. I mean, it's, we're on this little back road, it's full of bumps and everything, and it's just tracking like it's new. Got a little exhaust rub in the back, we'll take care of that. But man, I'll tell you, I'm super impressed with this car. This car is one of those cars you really feel like you can just get in and drive it anywhere. Super reliable. Now, of course, the AC stuff is missing, just an FYI. I think the condenser's there, but all the stuff on the firewall is still intact. So I want to hear from everybody. What are your thoughts? What do you do with this car? Do you keep it like it is and really enjoy the originality, or do you take it to the next level and make it a show car? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that, this car's made it so many years the way it is. Let it live the rest of its life a little weathered, or it's the cool factor of the originality for me. We'll get on it down here. Shift's beautiful. All that power and nowhere to go. What do you think, Shane?
She's good.
She goes pretty good. It's smooth. It's really, really a smooth car. I mean, I dig this thing. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's got enough power to chirp the gears and smolder the tires. It's just enough. It really is. It's one of those cars that it's what you want out of it. Just a nice, crisp driver. All right, look at this. We're just going down. I mean, this car's been literally sitting in a barn with not driven in years, and the tires aren't even square. I mean, it's not a shake or rattle out of this thing. Truly amazing. Brakes are perfect. I'm just impressed with the steering. It's like no slop at all. Directionals work.